Alright, Blunderbuss XL. Needing the brickle heads. Looking a bit shiny in there. Yeah, doesn't want to focus, that's fine. That's fine, it's too bright out. So, that one there. And then that one needs control arm bushes. So, this means I'm up for a trip to the Rip Queue. Go get some of them's. Alright, so one set of brake pads for the XL and one set of bushes for the X-Trail. Now these ones are nice and easy. This is like a 15-minute job. Change these out. These ones, however, they're going to have to be for a different day because they're a pain in the ass. See that fucking metal ring around there? It means they're a press in. Yay! Alright, just jacked it up, but I've noticed something back here. I don't know if it'll pick it up, but there you go, split CV boot. Which means we'll need to do that as well at some point. That's as simple as taking that nut off, taking the lower control arm off down there, popping it, moving it, pulling the old one off, putting the new one on. Well, I say it's simple, but you know, bit of fun and work. But yeah. So as you can see, they were brand new shock absorbers. So I've been looking after this car as much as possible because, you know, it's the missus's car. She just drives it around. We're getting low on our brake pads. We're not out, but we're getting low, so it's time to change them. As you can see, they're very dusty set, so I've gone with a much less dusty set this time. So yeah. Alright, now as you can probably see there, it's just this 112mm alright, fine. Thing like that. And alright. A bit tight there, had to crack her, we're going the other way. Didn't want to damage it. And once this is out, see how dry that is? I'm going to have to lube that before we put that back in. Same with the top one, I think, because yeah, she's a bit dry there. And I'll have to dry them, well, clean them up and lube them up. You see that one there? There we go. So grab our wind back tool as well. Doesn't appear to be leaking there, but that boot split, which may mean, I don't know if you can see it there, boot split, which may mean we need to rebuild these brakes at some point. But I think we caught this just in time, because these ones are right below. These ones are just scraping. Caught it just in time. Just get in here. Ooh, maybe a touch late. I don't know if that'll focus up there. Seems to be just touching there. There's still a bit of pad on this side, but only just. And it hasn't worn even, I would assume, because those slide pins are a bit dry. So, got plenty of pad on this one left, or at least enough. So, yeah, get this cleaned up and lube them up and put the new ones on. Alright, another thing that I want to point out after being in the parts game for a long time, this one here, you can see the shape of it. There's almost a part number on the back. If I clean that up, you'll be able to see that part number, right? A lot of people don't even look on there, but that's the same part number there. But before you go trying to fit them and fuck them, grab your pads, just make sure they're the same. Just line them up on top of each other. If they're the same, you're good to go. If they're not, don't try and force it. Don't get them out of the packet. Don't wonder why they're not fit, and don't be silly with it. Just get yourself the right pads if they're not right. But yeah, just double check them. Doesn't take 2 seconds. Alright, now another thing. These are brand new, right? Bendix reckon that you don't need to scuff these up. That's what that blue line is for. Normally when you get a cheaper set of brake pads, you want to put them on the concrete and scuff them up. But we're not going to do that with these. I've always found the Bendixes work just fine if you just pop them right on in. And then, yeah, take it for a drive, give them a good run, and they come good. Alright, so before we go putting them back together, we want to clean up surfaces like this. Anything that the pad interferes or touches on. Have it nice and clear of debris, because the pad does sit on this part here and does slide on it to an extent. Whew, she's violent. Alright, so I've given all the points of contact a clean up. This is these cleaned up now. Oh, if they want to focus, there we go. So that's them cleaned up. Put that back on there, put the top one back on, like so. There we go. Alright, it's gonna stick. We have an inner pad. It's got the wear marker on it. It goes like that. This is kind of hard to do one-handed. Hang on. There we go. There we go, like that. Where do the pads go? Alright, and then we have our outer pad. Oh, don't want that to slide around too much. Go like that. Like so. And that's then on there. So now we just have to wind back that piston and we'll be able to slot that on. I forgot a step, and that's to lubricate these slide bits. So just give it a bit of a lube there. Nice little dollop. And we'll slide this back in like so. Same deal there. Just give it a nice little doot right there. Nice. Like so. Then we do the back one. Just like that. Perfect. Now, if you don't have one of these wind back tools, I definitely recommend them. Now, you can get away with it with like a pair of pliers and the old pad or whatever. That one fits right down the middle there. And you can use an old pad in there to push it back. I don't typically. I just wind her in. Push on the center of the piston and push it back. There's heaps of adjustment on this. Alright, and that's all the way back. Just nip this off. Like that. That pin's been re-greased up there. Slide that back over like so. Oh, this slide pin's got to come back, and there we go. And we're on. Also, grease that bolt a bit, like so. Alright, you don't want to over tighten that one because it can damage it, and being that it's a sliding one, you don't want to damage it. So yeah, that's that side done. Now usually when you do both, because you wound it all the way back, you would pump the pedal afterwards. However, I like to pump mine in between, because that way it gets all of the excess fluid that's ended back up in the reservoir back down into here, and that way I'm less likely to spill, because when I originally put everything together it wasn't wound all the way out. So if you don't, you can end up spilling some. So I just give it a quick pump in between and then start on the other side. Now, what I was saying earlier about these things being a terrible rotor to change, so you have to undo all 4 of these bolts, remove all of this bracketry, undo this wheel nut, pull that out, and then that bearing is a part of the hub assembly, and the rotor is on the back of it, like a Hilux or something like that, or a Land Cruiser, sorry, not a Hilux. So yeah, it is a nightmare to do that job. Basically, you pull out the entire hub assembly to do one brake rotor. But I did it when I got the car, so it's done now. Alright, now as you can see, we've got the wheel off the car, and it's completely disgusting with brake dust. So that just up there, that's one of my fingerprints. So we're going to give this a proper clean while it's off, just to make it look nice. and we'll just repeat it for this side. Now we take it for a test drive. I always recommend taking the car for a test drive, especially, pump the pedal a few times, especially if it's like your significant other's car and you know that they're going to be driving it and you know they're not car people. We want everyone to be safe, so give it a couple of tests in the driveway, make sure it's all good. Pull out of here. Just come up to the main road before I go jamming the brakes on again. Right, we're coming up to a stoplight, and in 3, 2, 1 on the brakes. Feels pretty good. That's definitely safe. So yeah, that's this one. All right, bye.